Hello, my name is Priscila Delgado, and today we will be reviewing some important factors presented in Chapter 10 Emotional Message Appeals, Fear, and Guilt. Chapter 10 deals with the concept of fear through which we experience persuasion and serves as an alter attitudes when it is conducted properly. The book examines the process and effects of two emotional persuasive appeals, fear and guilt. Today, I will touch specifically on only one aspect of the chapter I found the most interesting, which is how fear appeals are useful in persuasion and psychologically influence the audience to think a certain way through the use of ads the audience may find fearful or credible information portrayed dangerously. There are two components of fear appeals an individual may face when going through a persuasive message, which are danger control and fear control. These are two specific situations one may face according to how one perceives a threatening message. The book talks about how if they are effective in an individual psychologically, the recommended action will be taken to prevent a dangerous behavior. Then there's individuals like me who may perceive a message as fear control rather than danger control. One of the most recent experiences I can think of was watching a video on the life of Jackie, who suffered from a drunk driver crash and is now brutally burnt. The video was used to convince the audience that the threat is serious and can occur if one doesn't take precautions to stop drinking while intoxicated. The video is very graphic in terms of the effects the intoxicated driver had on Jackie's persona, as well as their testimonies. You see her day-to-day struggling, and she needs to now have help from her dad to move around, to change, because she no longer has fingers. She can barely see, so it's really, really hard for her to live like a normal life like we do in general. And so not even halfway through the video, I started getting the chills and a little bit of psychological sickness, yet it was so intriguing I could not stop watching it. Once it was over, I saw the damages that driving under the influence provoked on this young girl who was just another regular individual trying to get her life together. Finally, it hit me. I started going through an emotional meltdown, and diagnosing it could happen to me at any given second. I was literally trying to calm myself down and looking for ways to distract my mind from thinking the worst that could happen to me. After a while, I forgot about the whole thing, but if I were to watch it again, I would definitely experience a fear control sensation all over. The book talks about how through the extended parallel process model, calls attention to the way in which people think and feel about a persuasive message. The persuader's intention is for the fear appeal to arise in an individual and operate by coping with the danger at hand, but not necessarily does it work effectively if an individual feels an inside threat and cannot control the inward feeling the message has provoked. These individuals who, like me, experience fear control do not find ways to deal with the external message. We do not perceive the intended message. We rather focus on calming our minds and from what we've seen or heard. So, in conclusion, I believe not everyone will perceive a fear-rousing message as intended, because what may be easy to digest for some may not for others. What persuaders need to consider before applying these appeals is that the fear and guilt actually works on the audience. This means the speaker must not feel too comfortable in thinking the audience are easily fearful of the message. Consider how you frame the message in order for it to work effectively. And then the second thing is to consider that fear and guilt only act as a simple drive. Not scare the viewers too much, but also consider there's little effect of fear in the message. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the little recap of chapter 10. Thank you.